soccer capital of the world. The Los Angeles Kings, the most exciting and recognizable team in the National Hockey League. One in the desert, the other on frozen ice. For the first time ever, the two will meet tonight as the Kings prepare for their new season with a historic game outdoors at Caesars Palace. The 1991-92 Los Angeles Kings begin tonight, live on Prime Ticket. You're looking live at the world-famous Las Vegas Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada. This gambling and entertainment mecca in the desert has seen a lot of bizarre events, but nothing like the one we're going to show you tonight as the National Hockey League goes outdoors at Caesars Palace for a preseason game between the Los Angeles Kings and the New York Rangers. Hi, everybody. This is Bob Miller along with Jim Fox, welcoming you to the first of 72 Kings telecasts on Prime Ticket this season. We'll have another preseason game Sunday night from Charlotte, North Carolina, and the regular season starts 1 week from tonight in Winnipeg. Now, my partner again this year, Jim Fox, played 10 years at right wing for the Kings. He played a lot of hockey outdoors growing up in Ontario, but I don't think any time did you play under conditions like this.
Different circumstances tonight, Bob. Last time I played outdoors was about 20 years ago. It was my own backyard in northern Ontario. It was about 10 degrees below zero. My dad just smoothed out the snow in the backyard, flooded it, and we had ice. Here it's different. You're in the parking lot. They smoothed down the sand, threw down some coils, sprinkled it with water, and now we have ice.
And we're going to show you how they did that at the end of the first period here tonight. Normally at the start of a hockey telecast, we don't have to give you the weather conditions, but we do tonight. The temperature at face-off time is really quite comfortable. It's 85 degrees. The humidity is low at 28%. The wind is no factor, 7 miles per hour. The chance of rain is 40%, and the playing surface is frozen. We hope it's going to stay that way. It looks pretty good right now. You know, in the excitement of playing here in the desert, outdoors at Caesars Palace, we also have the excitement of seeing one of the great combinations ever in the history of the National Hockey League, Wayne Gretzky and Jari Kurri playing for the first time together in a Los Angeles King uniform, and I'm really looking forward to that.
If you can believe this, Jari Kurri will make Wayne Gretzky a better player. He knows Gretzky better than any other player. They had many great years in Edmonton. Kurri can cover up for Wayne Gretzky also. Gretzky's on attack. Kurri knows where to go. If he senses trouble from Wayne Gretzky, Jari Kurri knows to hang back. Also, Kurri is not a one-dimensional goal scorer. He plays tough along the boards. He can cover defensively for Wayne Gretzky.
And the other winger on that line, Thomas Sandstrom, and some people are already saying this could be one of the most exciting lines ever in the history of the National Hockey League. Also a newcomer for the Kings, and we'll see him tonight, number 22, Charlie Huddy. He was with those great Edmonton Oilers teams with Gretzky and Kurri, and now he is in a King uniform. Playing for the New York Rangers tonight will be an old friend of the Los Angeles Kings, Bernie Nichols, and Bernie is having one of the best training camps he's ever had.
He'll be counted on once again this season. He has to put the puck in the net for the New York Rangers. Bernie comes into training camp this year in the best shape of his life. Another old friend, Mark Hardy, took Bernie under his wing this summer and made Bernie work out for the first time probably in his career. He really concentrated on his physical fitness, and that's going to help Bernie Nichols. He's coming around the 30-year-old mark, and he needs to get in shape to keep up in the NHL.
You know, as if hockey outdoors in the desert isn't a novelty enough, we have another novelty for you tonight. We have a camera on top of goaltender Kelly Rudy's helmet. We're going to call it the Rudy Cam. Now, this is the way you normally see a King goaltender or an opponent's goaltender playing goal when you watch the games on Prime Ticket. But tonight, we have a camera right on top of his helmet. You can barely see it there, but this is the view that you're going to get as Kelly Rudy takes some shots in this game tonight.
It's going to be interesting for us to see how Kelly Rudy can read the play coming down the ice. Hopefully we'll get a look at that. But as you notice here, Kelly's always looking down. A goaltender must keep sight of the puck. He cannot look up. That's why you very rarely see the whole player. He has to follow the puck.
So if you've ever wondered how would it be to be in goal and have somebody shoot that piece of frozen rubber at 100 miles an hour at me, you're going to get a good look at what that feels like tonight. We're going to have a crowd of about 13,000 and more here at Caesars Palace. We're out in the parking lot just behind the hotel. Hotel looking toward the Las Vegas Strip. A lot of Kings fans have come over from Southern California. There's a lot of prime ticket and Kings fans right here in Las Vegas, and they watch the games over here. So there's a good view of the situation here in the parking lot at Caesars Palace as the National Hockey League goes outdoors for the first time since 1925. Tonight's opening faceoff is brought to you by AIS for low-cost auto insurance. Call the Auto Insurance Specialist. And we're underway with hockey in the desert at Caesars Palace as the Kings drive it into the Ranger zone. Driven out to center ice by Mark Hardy and chased down by the Kings' Brian Benning. Benning sends it up toward Gretzky, but it got by him, and John Van Beesbrook will cut it off for the Rangers. The game just underway here out behind Caesars Palace in the parking lot. Capacity crowd on hand. Charlie Huddy, number 22, on the ice, and there's Jari Kurri, former teammates at Edmonton, and now with the Kings. Here's Benning to center to Sandstrom on the right wing. Sandstrom's pass deflected up into the corner now and knocked down there. James Patrick went for it, didn't get it, and the Rangers now clear it out to center ice. No score first period. There's a pass to Gretzky. Gretzky in the slot, dropped it now to Kurri. Kurri in deep. He gets cut off there by Hardy. Now Gretzky up the middle. Daryl Sador, Kings' #1 draft choice a year ago, and it's shot wide. Sandstrom trying to pick it up. He gets checked there. Puck is taken by the New York Rangers. Tony Amonte. He's a good-looking youngster out of Boston University. Here's Amonte with it for the Rangers. Are in a line change. Larry Robinson out for his 20th year in the NHL for the Kings right now. He gets it ahead to Bob Kudelski, and he drives it in, steered away by Van Beesbrook. Kudelski being tried at center, and we'll talk about that tonight. He's coming off of that knee injury when he was hit by Craig Muni in the playoffs last year. Rangers clear it out to center. We have played about a minute and 32 seconds. No score. Shot from the right side by Tony Granato. The Kings right. Robitaille with a shot wide to the right side. And the Rangers, Louis DeBrusque, ahead to Bernie Nichols. Nichols moves it on the right side to Tony Amonte. He's checked by Daryl Sador. Up the middle now. Rangers with a shot. Save made on the shot by Per Juice. He came over in a trade from Detroit. And the save by Rudy, and the puck goes out of play. Clock is still running. So right now on the scoreboard, 2 minutes have been played. No score of the game. And we have the Rudy cam tonight on Kelly Rudy's helmet, and Kelly is going to get set for the face-off to his right.
The first big scoring chance. Perjus going right down the middle of the slot. Good slap shot. But Kelly Rudy coming out very strong in goal last season. Goals against average under 3. And taking the face-off on the ice for the first time tonight for the Kings is Randy Gillen, number 15. He will be expected to take most of the defensive draws. The Kings losing Steve Casper in a trade with the Philadelphia Flyers over the summer. So Gillen must step in and provide tough, strong face-offs.
And the Kings win the draw this time. Moved ahead and just out of the reach of Mike Donnelly. Donnelly's wearing number 11. That was Steve Casper's number last season. Kings... Well, the Rangers drive it back behind the King net, and Rudy pokes it in the corner. There's Louis DeBrusque, a big tough guy, and his pass knocked down and now taken by Tim Waters for the Kings. Rangers intercept. There's Amonte with a shot and a save by Kelly Rudy. Rod Buskus with it. Rangers have it again. Shot by Amonte, and he scores! Tony Amonte. 21-year-old rookie out of Boston University puts the New York Rangers ahead 1-0.
Bernie Nichols, the former King, setting up behind the net, much like Wayne Gretzky does. He gets the puck coming around the boards, and Amonte moves to the opening. A soft pass from Nichols. Amonte able to shoot on the fly. Kelly Rudy with no chance. A point-blank shot.
Now you're seeing it from Kelly Rudy's view. There's the shot by Amonte. There's the Rudy cam, and it goes just to the left of Kelly Rudy, and he can't get over there in time with the glove. And the Rangers lead. Shot from the right side now is deflected up over the net. The shot by Corey Millen of the Rangers, and the Kings clear it out to center. Taken now by Peter Fiorentino. The Rangers are trying several rookies here tonight. And Fiorentino cleared it out to center, and Benning sends it right back in. 1-0 in favor of the New York Rangers. Kings with it in the Rangers zone. There's Dave Taylor along the boards. He gets checked there. Amonte from Nichols at 2:28. Now Corey Millen's pass knocked down and taken by Sylvain Couturier of the Kings, and he clears it back out to center. Couturier with it across the Ranger line. He shoots. It's deflected by Mark Hardy. James Patrick picks it up. Rangers with it now with 16 and a half minutes left to go in the first period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. We're at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Rangers ahead 1-0. Here's Gretzky, right side, Rangers on. Now Curry. Curry behind the net. Out to Sador. Shoots. Tipped on the way in and deflected into the corner. Curry goes for it. Now behind the net to Sandstrom. Sandstrom check there to Curry. Shoots over the net. Deflected up high. Picked up by James Patrick. Patrick for the Rangers drives at the length of the ice, and it comes off the boards at a crazy angle, and now as the Kings touch it, the icing is called. We're in the first period. The Rangers lead it 1-0. Doug Wright, a rookie for the Rangers, sends it into the Kings zone, and he gets it back again and tried to center it in front, and a save by Rudy. Rebound score as Doug Wright got the rebound, and the Rangers lead 2-0. The Kings were sloppy in trying to clear the puck. They had possession but gave it right back to Doug Wright on the right side, and then he got a rebound right in front of the net. The first shot was by Ty Domi, and the rebound came over to Doug Wright, number 39, and he put it in.
Once again, the Kings having trouble behind their own goal line. The puck comes out in front of the net. Rudy will make the first stop, but there's the rebound right. Wide open net. Kelly Rudy following the puck once again. But the puck moves faster than he can. He makes the first stop. The Kings have to clear. There's a wide open stick, and the Rangers lead 2-0.
Now in the Rangers zone, Mike Donnelly on the left side for the Kings. His pass is intercepted by Hardy. Hardy gets knocked down. Donnelly holds it in. Gillen was knocked down on the right side as Per Jews had it. Now Per Jews brings it up to center ice. 2-0 Rangers lead. 5 minutes have gone by here in the first period. Now Mike Donnelly. They had to Randy Gillen. Gillen played with the Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins last season. Loose puck at the blue line. Now to Donnelly, but out of his reach, and it comes down into the Rangers zone. Here's Peter Fiorentino. Moves it up to center ice, taken away by Charlie Huddy. Huddy across the line for the Rangers. Take it back on a 2-on-1. Back into the Kings zone. Left side in front. A shot knocked out, and a save on the shot by the Rangers' Adam Graves. Another former Oiler, but Rudy made the save. Face off to the right of Kelly Rudy with the Rangers up 2-0. John McIntyre out at center. He's got Dave Taylor and Sylvain Couturier with him. Rangers with it, and a shot from the blue line by Joe Cirella is saved by Kelly Rudy as he hangs on for another faceoff. Certainly the momentum early in this game, Jim, is all in favor of the Rangers.
The Kings very unsure of themselves behind their own goal. I don't know whether the ice may be giving them problems, but every time it's behind the goal, the Rangers pick it up, throw it out in front for an open shot.
Now Joe Cirella again. Moves it in deep in the Kings zone on the right side. The Kings are going to take it away. Sylvain Couturier drives it off the boards into the Rangers zone, and Van Beesbrook leads it for Cirella. Joe Cirella's pass up to center ice to Jody Hull. Hull trying to give it to Adam Graves. Now Hull chases it in. He's checked by Benning into the boards. Taylor takes Graves. Fiorentino in for the Rangers. Put it behind the net, and Charlie Huddy chases it down for the Kings, but he can't clear it out. Huddy with it again. Now to Benning. Checked along the boards. It may take a while, Jim, when you get a lot of players. They played together in Edmonton, but not with the Kings. And now Huddy playing tonight with Benning, and they've got to get their timing down also. As the Rangers send it into Kings zone, Larry Robinson touches up for the icing call on the New York Rangers. 2-0 in favor of the Rangers. 13:38 left to go here in the first period. 2-0 Rangers. Kings take it away. Gretzky tried to give it to Curry, but it's intercepted by Bernie Nichols. Tony Amonte and Doug Wright, two rookies, have scored for the Rangers here in the first period. Here's Amonte driving it high and up out of play on the right side of the Kings zone. You know, when the Kings got Yari Curry, Jim, this summer, all I can think of was seeing he and Gretzky together in Edmonton and Wayne feathering that pass to Curry, and that puck is in the net before you can blink an eye.
Yari Curry on a 2-on-1 with Wayne Gretzky will go to his off wing, set up so he can face Wayne Gretzky. And Gretzky will feather it, he'll flip it, the puck will always land flat, and Yari Curry gets a lot on his shot. Gretzky has both Sandstrom and Curry on his wings. Both guys can rifle the puck.
That last Ranger goal by Doug Wright, assist to Ty Domi and Rick Bennett at 4:29. The first goal, Amante from Bernie Nichols at 2:28. Rangers with it again. Tony Amante over now, and a shot from the left side by Nichols is saved, and rebound. Nichols to Amante, shoots wide, right in the slot again. Boy, he gets set up in there, and he's got a hard shot. Now Gretzky takes it away, brings it up to center ice, tried to get it to Sandstrom, but it's intercepted. Pass ahead to Nichols with room, left side. Amante with him, but it's broken up, and a shot by DeBrusk is knocked away. Rebound, save on the shot as Kelly Rudy dives to make the save on Tony Amante. Boy, that line is really buzzing around the King net. They flat out just missed a couple of great chances, and Rudy made a couple of other saves. Rangers still lead it 2-0.
A goaltender's view. Bernie Nichols on the right side. Rudy following the puck. Tony Amante comes in. Kelly Rudy very sharp early here for the Kings. The New York Rangers buzzing all around the Kings' end. There's another backhand shot, and Rudy following the puck all the way. That Rudy can assist everyone, especially on rushes. You can see players setting up. And after that, a scuffle in front of the net. 2 penalties given out. Coincidental minors. Bernie Nichols for the Rangers, Thomas Sandstrom for the Kings. They both go off at 7:22, 2 minutes each for roughing.
Teams are still at full strength. Rangers ahead 2-0. The Kings have Bob Kudelski at center with Tony Granato on the right wing and Luc Robitaille over on the left side. Robitaille with 45 goals last year to tie with Thomas Sandstrom for the leadership on the Kings team. And now we get a hand pass called here against the Rangers by referee Rob Schick.
Luc Robitaille, another member of the gold medal winning Canada Cup Canadian team. 45 or plus goals for Luc Robitaille in the last 4 seasons. Great all-star player. Showed it in the playoffs last year when they didn't get production from Wayne Gretzky's line. Luc Robitaille stepped up, especially on the power play, to put in goals for the LA Kings.
2 veterans back for the Kings defensively. Busquets along with Waters, and Busquets with it now, trying to clear it out, and he does, out to center ice. 2-0 in favor of the Rangers. Goals by Tony Amante and Doug Wright. We're in the first period, 11:58 to go here at Caesars Palace, outdoors at Las Vegas. 85 degrees, the temperature at face-off time. Pass ahead, Tony Granato, left side. He's a former Ranger. His pass, right side to Kudelski, and he couldn't get a pass past Van Beesbrook. He was either trying to shoot it or get it back over to Robitaille in front. Across the line, Rangers again. Top of the slot, knocked down, kicked ahead by Jim Thompson. Thompson up on the right side with Robitaille, but his pass out of his reach. Here's Kudelski, left side. He gets checked hard, but he knocked down the Ranger. And the puck along the boards left side. Now taken in front by Robitaille. Save, rebound, steered away by Van Beesbrook. Jim Thompson with it. Now Robitaille. Kings down 2-0. Here's Brian Benning to Robitaille. He's checked from behind. We got a penalty against the Rangers coming up. A delayed call, and now they whistle down a holding call against the New York Rangers. So the Kings will go on the power play down 2-0. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox at Caesars Palace outdoors in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let me correct myself. I think I've been calling Doug Wright. It's Doug Waite is the rookie's name who scored that goal for the Rangers. Pierre Juice of the Rangers, a defenseman, gets 2 minutes for holding. So the Kings go on the power play. The penalty at 8:53. Here's Gretzky with it. He's got Curry coming in, and boy, can they operate with a man advantage. But remember, this is the first time in over a year that they played together. There's a shot from the right side. Save, rebound, knocked away. First shot was by Gary Curry, then Granato at the rebound. Here's Daryl Sador. Right side to Curry, into Gretzky. He's got Granato in front. Can't get it to him yet. Gretzky still with it. Now his pass taken away by Doug Waite. And he clears it down into the King zone. Minute 25 to go on the King power play. Here's Benning, almost lost it at center ice. Now his pass ahead. Here's Curry to Granato, and his shot steered away. Puck comes back behind the net, and Patrick gets pulled down by Granato, and a penalty against the Kings. A delayed penalty against the Kings, Tony Granato. And it's touched at center ice by Benning, and that's the end of the King power play. It lasted about 54 seconds. The King penalty is to Tony Granato. He gets a 2-minute hooking penalty at 9:48. So both teams are going to be shy a man, and in a minute 5, the Rangers will get a power play.
This is a type of situation the Kings will be looking forward to this season. It doesn't happen as much as it used to, but 4-on-4, that will reunite Wayne Gretzky with Jari Kurri. That was the reason the rule was changed, because the Oilers were so dominant scoring goals on 4-on-4 situations.
Monte and Waite have scored the Ranger goals here tonight in the first period. We have 10:05 to go in period number 1. Preseason game between the Kings and the New York Rangers. Now the Rangers move it up on the right side as David Shaw's pass is taken and driven wide on the right side by Adam Graves. Now the Rangers again, but a pass to Sorella at the blue line is out of his reach. Adam Graves came over to the Rangers, and he was a big factor with that Edmonton Oilers kid line up there, along with Joe Murphy and Martin Gellin.
Strength down the middle. He plays a rough, tough game, but it's clean. He doesn't spend much time in the penalty box. You can count on him to forecheck and play well in defensive situations.
Both teams one-man shy right now. The Rangers will have a power play in 18 seconds. Here's Adam Graves in the left wing corner. He gets checked there by Mike Donnelly, and a penalty coming up to Graves. He pulled down Donnelly. So the Rangers would have had a man advantage in 10 seconds, but now the penalty is called against Adam Graves. 2-0 in favor of the New York Rangers. We'll be right back.
The Los Angeles Kings will have a brief 4-on-3 man advantage. There's the New York Rangers in the penalty box. Adam Graves going off for holding. Mike Donnelly right here wraps him up, turns the shoulders around. And for 10 seconds, the Kings, very important face-off, John McIntyre out to take it. If they can win the draw, they can put a shot on net with the man advantage.
And they do win the draw. At the left side, here's Rod Busquets. Busquets feeds it down to Waters. Now a pass off on the right side, taken there by Taylor. He gets checked in the corner, gets some help. Rangers get back, get a man out of the penalty box, so teams are at equal strength again as the Rangers bring it up to center ice, and shot is wide by Hardy. 2-0 Rangers lead it. Each team shy a man. Now to center ice. Loose puck. Taken by the Rangers. Waters back defensively. Tony Amonte with it. His pass in deep, and Waters back to get it. Now on the left side of John McIntyre. He had a beautiful goal last night in Phoenix in a 3-3 tie, the Kings and the Penguins. Puck taken by the Rangers now and moved out to center ice by Amonte, and getting knocked down at center ice. No penalty. Nichols went down. Now a penalty. They're going to get Benning for pulling down Per Juice out at center ice. So I know Nichols felt the King should have had one when he got tripped up, but there was no call there. But then Benning gets called for dragging down Per Juice. D-J-O-O-S is the way you spell his last name. He was born in Sweden. And there is Brian Benning in his 6th year in the NHL.
Here's Bernie Nichols in the center ice area. Benning putting a stick between Nichols' legs, and he goes down. Gets away with that one. Does the same thing right there, and he gets called for holding. So the Kings will now be down a man in a 4-on-3 situation for 8 seconds until Tony Granato comes back on the ice.
Rangers last season had 91 power play goals, tied for the most power play goals in the NHL with Calgary. Percentage-wise, the Rangers were second last year in the league at 23.4%. King penalty killing last year was very good, 6th in the NHL. Here with 8:19 to go in the first period, Bob Miller along with Jim Fox, and the Kings are down 2-0. They do not have a shot clock here at Caesars Palace, so we're unable to give you the shot total as the play continues. Now across the line, offside Rangers as the Kings get Granato out of the penalty box, and the teams are at equal but not full strength. Each team shy a man right now. The Kings in their 25th season, and you can order season seats right now in the 213 area. Call 419-3800. 213-419-3800. Operators standing by so that you can be a part of the Kings' silver season, their 25th anniversary. That surprises a lot of people. Can't believe the Kings have been there for 25 years. Now Joe Sorella out at center ice. Both teams shy a man. Donnelly will be out of the penalty box for the Kings in 38 seconds. As the puck comes up to center ice, the Rangers will get a man out of the penalty box in 30 seconds. It's Adam Graves who will come out. Rangers with it. Corey Millen to Sorella, back in the Rangers zone. Now over to Millen. Gretzky jumps on with Robitaille up front. Still a 4-on-4 situation, but in 8 seconds, Rangers will be back. Here's Gretzky's pass. He tried to get it across to Robitaille, broken up by Hardy. Robitaille with it again. Rangers zone. Tried to give it behind the net to Gretzky. Rangers get Graves out of the penalty box, and they've got the man advantage for 53 seconds. Gretzky took it away from Joe Sorella. Here's Gretzky. Stops. His shot deflected by Mark Hardy up into the crowd. Kings and the Rangers, with the Rangers ahead 2-0. Rangers have 47 seconds remaining in their power play. They have a 2-0 lead. Goals by rookie Tony Amonte at 2:28 and Doug Waite at 4:29. Now Jari Kurri out with Sandstrom up front for the Kings, trying to kill the remainder of this penalty. Defensively, it's Busquets along with Waters. The Rangers move it up on the right side to pair Juice, but it's taken away. Here is Thomas Sandstrom. Now Waters drives it down the length of the ice. Speaking of the ice, Jim, looking at it, I don't see any wet spots at all right now. It looks pretty good from up here.
That's one thing that would concern the players. Puddles developing. It makes it difficult to handle the puck.
Louis DeBrusque for the Rangers. Over to Bernie Nichols. Nichols fell off offensively last year, and as Jim said, has had an excellent training camp, trying to regain that good scoring touch, but this time the puck taken away and cleared, and the Kings are back at full strength. 6:15 to go in the first period. 2-0 in favor of the New York Rangers in this preseason game. Now Granato to Gretzky. Gretzky across the line. Over to Kurri. Kurri in the slot. Backhander saved by Van Beesbroek, and he covers up. Kurri didn't get a lot on that backhander, and Van Beesbroek made the save. So the faceoff will be to the right of John Van Beesbroek, and there is Larry Robinson in his 20th, and according to him, as far as he's concerned, probably the last year in his career.
Larry Robinson came up big for the Kings last year in the playoffs. His experience. Dave Taylor was quoted in the Las Vegas paper today. One of the big positives Larry Robinson brings, he's just a quality guy. He helps out everyone, the young kids, and he has an aura of confidence. You must win to play on teams with Larry Robinson.
He won 6 Stanley Cups playing with Montreal. Rangers with it now. Drive it into the Kings zone as Shaw's pass comes around the boards and now taken on the left wing side by Rick Bennett. Bennett's tied up by Charlie Huddy. Here's Doug Waite. Waite in the corner. He's checked there by Kudelski. Now Huddy comes in and still no whistle yet. The referee Rob Schick getting a good look at it, telling him to move the puck. And behind the net, it's poked into the corner by Kudelski. Rangers stay on it. Now Charlie Huddy. Checked into the boards. Rangers hold it in again. Shot from the left side by Bennett is wide. 2-0 Rangers lead. Here's Ty Domi. Domi's pass to Bennett. Bennett tried to give it back in front. Tipped away. And Robitaille clears it out to center. Kings have Robitaille and Granato on the wings. Kudelski at center. Benning and Huddy back defensively. We have 5:08 to go in the first period with the Rangers ahead 2-0. Here's Charlie Huddy. 5 Stanley Cups at Edmonton. Up to Robitaille. Robitaille on the right side. Trying to jump in deep in the Rangers zone, but it's taken away now. And Chris King will move it up out to center ice. Here's Jim Thompson for the Kings. Sends it back in behind the net. 2-0 Rangers. Pass around on the left side to Chris King. King gets checked there, but he clears it out to center ice. Here's Daryl Sador. Good-looking young defenseman for the Kings. #1 draft choice, 1990. Into Jim Thompson. Thompson to Randy Gillen. Gillen's pass is going to get out of the reach of Robinson and back out to center ice. Larry Robinson, the veteran, playing with a rookie, Daryl Sador. Kings trying to get it to Randy Gillen across the blue line. Broken up. Rangers clear it back out to center. And here's Daryl Sador with it. 2 years at Kamloops, British Columbia in junior the last couple of years, and has another year of junior left. Now they puck back behind the net, passed out in front to Thompson, taken away as Jody Hull intercepted for the Rangers. Rangers clear it up to center ice, and it comes up out of play with 4:02 to go here in the first period. 2-0 Rangers lead.
Actually, I played outdoor last year in Italy. We played in Cortina. It was outdoor, and first game there was cancelled because it was snowing, and second game was minus 15 Celsius. So I had a good experience, but playing in Vegas is something hard to believe happen, but it's going to be funny.
So Jari Kurri having a different experience outdoors here, as are all of the Kings and the New York Rangers and all of us, and we hope you're enjoying our Prime Ticket telecast tonight, the first of 72 Kings telecasts this year on Prime Ticket. Puck is tipped down to center ice, chased down to the right side by Corey Millen, but beating him to it was Buskus, and Millen goes down. Rangers hold it in, and a pass is deflected back out on the right side to John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik has his pass taken away by McIntyre for the Kings over to Taylor. He can't clear it. Ogrodnik shoots, and it's deflected in front of Rudy and wide to the right. Now a shot from the right side is deflected away by Kelly Rudy on the shot by Paul Broughton. Kings have McIntyre up at center with Couturier. Here's Couturier along with Taylor. Couturier's shot knocked down, and it went behind Taylor on the rebound. Rangers come back out to center ice. Millen across the line, but he can't hang on. 2-0 Rangers lead. 3:15 to go, first period. Here's Dave Taylor. Taylor's pass down in deep. Van Beesbrook, the goaltender, sweeps it away. And pinching in on the left side is Benning, but he can't hold it in. Puck comes out to center ice, taken away by the Kings. Curry to Benning to Gretzky. Gretzky across the line to Benning to Curry. Shoots, save, rebound. Gretzky couldn't get to it. Nice pad save by John Van Beesbrook. Here's Benning. Benning's pass to Gretzky. Gretzky checked by Mark Hardy at center ice. Kings still with it, back of their own blue line now. Now Benning got it from Huddy, and Benning drives it in with 2:40 to go in the first period. Here's Tony Amonte. Get the first goal of the game tonight. Puck comes out to Huddy. Huddy's pass deflected in front and off the stick of Sandstrom, cleared up by the Rangers into the Kings zone. Taken there, and the puck looked like it came up and hit Tony Amonte of the Rangers and hit him right around the nose, and whistle blows. He's shaken up a little bit. That's Tony Amonte, 21 years old, number 3 pick in 1988. He's played 2 years at Boston University. Played in 2 playoff games of the Rangers last playoff season. Take a look at Tony Amonte getting hit again. As the Kings, Brian Benning was trying to clear it.
It wasn't the puck. Benning followed through trying to clear the zone, and his stick caught Amonte right in the nose, and he has to go off for some repairs.
Wayne Gretzky over on the King bench led the NHL in scoring for the 9th time last year with 163 points. Led in assists with 122. That was a Kings club record. And there again, we'll remind you that there's no roof here tonight. We are outdoors at Caesars Palace, and I'll tell you, it is really very comfortable here tonight. Bernie Nichols assisted on the first goal for the Rangers tonight. He wins the draw, and James Patrick, veteran defenseman, drives it back behind the King net. We're nearing the end of the first period. We'll show you at the end of this period how they made ice here in the desert. We'll also talk with Bruce McNall. That's coming up. We have 2:09 to go here in the first period. 2-0 in favor of the Rangers. Here's Bernie Nichols with it. Nichols, King zone, stop, shoot, saved by Rudy. Rudy had to go down low just to see that puck, and the shot hit him. It was a hard shot by Nichols, who had plenty of time to get it underway. Here's Jody Hull for the Rangers. His shot is wide to the right. Joe Cirella at the left point to Bernie Nichols. Rangers got a couple of men right in the slot, and the shot wide to the right. It was just deflected. But the Kings have kind of neglected that slot area right out in front of Rudy all night long.
The Rangers' third man, who's positioned defensively, getting open for wide open shots.
Here's Robitaille against David Shaw. Robitaille wrapped up by Shaw, can't get the shot off. Now the puck's still in the Rangers zone. Robitaille had knocked Nichols down, but the puck comes out to center ice. David Shaw with it for the Rangers, but it's taken away by Waters. He gives it to Gretzky. Gretzky's blind pass on the right side. Curry with a shot on the pad, saved by John Van Beesbrook. Still 2-0 Rangers. Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky, Rangers zone. Gretzky tried to give it through the slot to Curry. Curry plays it off the board. Here's Jari Kurri with it. His pass, he tried to feed it through to Gretzky. Deflected. Now Sandstrom to Gretzky. Shoots, and a save by Van Beesbrook. Gretzky again behind the net. Gretzky to Sandstrom, up in the air, and he couldn't get it on his stick. 55 seconds to go in the first period. 2-0 Rangers. Ty Domi down the right side. He's checked into the boards by Waters. Back from the Kings. Here's Gretzky. Gretzky across the line. Gretzky shoots, blocked, rebound. Rangers with it. And it's cleared back out to center ice by Doug Waite. Now Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom across the line. Shoots wide to the left. A rocket shot by Sandstrom just wide. Kings hold it in. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Gretzky to Sandstrom behind the Ranger net. Right side shot by Thompson. Save made. Puck is taken by the Rangers and cleared to center ice. Here's Ty Domi. Across the line, poke checked away. Kings with it. 18 seconds to go in the period. Thompson fires wide from center ice. He didn't get all of it, and his shot went wide, and back comes Mark Hardy, former King. Hardy's pass knocked down at center by Donnelly. Hardy with his own rebound. Down the left side, driving in deep, centered it, but the Kings, Mike Donnelly back. 1 second to go in the first period. A shot at the buzzer. Would not have counted. The shot by Paul Broughton. And Rudy made the stop. As Kelly Rudy skates off, we are at the end of one period outdoors at Caesars Palace. And the New York Rangers got a couple of early goals in that first period. And at the end of one, it's the Rangers 2 and the Los Angeles Kings nothing. And as we get set for the second period, McIntyre facing off for the Kings. Adam Graves for the Rangers. Kings with it. Both teams at full strength as we start the second period here. And David Shaw with it for the Rangers. Now knocked down. Here's McIntyre, and he can't control it. It's knocked back out to center ice. Kings have Larry Robinson back, and he lost it right in the slot as his pass was knocked down, but the Kings regained control. Up on the right wing, Dave Taylor. He gets stopped by Per Jus. Now here's the rookie, Daryl Sador. Sador across the line, drives it in, but an offside is called. Dave Taylor, Los Angeles Kings, has signed a new 2-year contract. He's in his 15th year. He spent more time in a King uniform than any player in King history.
Dave Taylor, ice time will probably diminish this season. He's going to be on the 3rd or 4th line at least to start the season. He played in 71 games last year for the Kings. Didn't miss as much time as they thought he would, resting both Dave Taylor and Larry Robinson, the older Kings, to make sure they're fresh. But Dave Taylor, he can play the game anyway. He's always been a tough, rugged hockey player, so going to the 3rd or 4th line will not hurt the LA Kings.
Gretzky, Curry, and Sandstrom up front for the Kings with Huddy and Benning back, and the Rangers counter with Adam Graves' line as the puck comes all the way down into the Kings zone, and Kelly Rudy slaps it back out to center. 2-0 Rangers on first period goals by rookies Tony Amante and Doug Waite. Now the Rangers, Chris King trying to pick it up in the left wing corner of the Kings zone. He's checked there by Curry, and Corey Millen takes it away for the Rangers. His backhander, actually more of a pass, but it came through to Kelly Rudy, who knocked it away. We're early in the second period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox and Thomas Sandstrom, a former Ranger, clears it out to center ice. Mark Hardy back to get it. The Rangers to John O'Grodnick. Now at center ice. Across the line is Paul Broughton for the Rangers. His pass to the right side, and a shot by Millen is knocked down and saved by Rudy. And he draws the whistle right there for a face-off. 18:39, I should say, left to go here in the second period. Here's our trivia question for tonight. Who does Wayne Gretzky share the record with for most 50-goal seasons? And our hint is he is a recent NHL Hall of Fame inductee. They had that ceremony in Ottawa just last week. Former King coach Bob Pulford was inducted that day also, so our congratulations to Pulley. A look at the King bench as the faceoff is to the left of Kelly Rudy. Rangers, Mark Hardy right on the blue line with a shot deflected wide. Rebound, O'Grodnick sent it in front, and it came wide to the right side. He was trying to get it to Corey Millen. Here's Tony Granato with it. He shoots, and a save by Van Beesbrook. He was lined up perfectly to make that save. Hardly had to move on it. Now O'Grodnick across the line, and he gets checked and knocked down by Rod Busquets. Puck is rolling toward Rudy. He pokes it up, but not out. It's held in now. Here's Corey Millen for the Rangers. His pass off on the right side. James Patrick in deep. Wrap around. Pass in front. And it's knocked down by Rudy. And a penalty coming up. Holding is the call as Corey Millen came in for the Rangers and tried to just redirect it behind Kelly Rudy. 2-0 Rangers lead.
Again, at the beginning of the second period, the Rangers off quick with an attack. James Patrick behind the net, throws it in front, but Kelly Rudy never out of the play. This time we get to see it on the Rudy cam. Patrick holds on and goes behind the net. Rudy follows him, but dives back to cover up. Kelly Rudy never losing sight of the puck, keeping his eye on it, and covers up for the faceoff.
Faceoff will be to the right of Kelly Rudy with the Rangers on the power play now. They were led last year on the power play by Mike Gartner with 22, but he's out injured. Puck comes out to center ice. Rangers up 2-0. There's Per Jews. They got him along with Joe Kocur from Detroit near the end of last season. Kevin Miller going to the Red Wing. Here is Nichols. His pass off to the right point. James Patrick tried to hold it in. He did, but then it rolled away and is cleared by Mike Donnelly. King penalty killers. Donnelly is out there along with Randy Gillen. Randy Gillen wearing number 15. Charlie Huddy, number 22. And Brian Benning, number 2. Here's Kelly Rudy behind the net. Rangers on the power play with Louis DeBrusque. They also have Adam Gray, Bernie Nichols up front. Nichols with it out to the blue line to Per Jews at the left point. Per Jews back over to Nichols. Now to Jews, and his pass in deep to DeBrusque is knocked down, picked up by Gray. James Patrick for the Rangers is out of the right point for the puck taken away by Donnelly, and he clears it again for the Kings.
A lot of point men in the NHL on the power play doing just what Per Jews did there. Instead of taking a hard shot, they just throw it in front and allow their own players to go for the rebound.
Now Doug Waite, he's got the second goal for the Rangers here tonight. Puts it back behind the net. Now over to the right side to Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik checked there, tried to center it. Kings take it away, and it's cleared. This time Larry Robinson cleared it for the Kings. 41 seconds left to go in the Ranger power play. Now Gretzky and Curry out. Curry with a shorthanded try is wide to the left side. Curry and Gretzky out up front to kill the penalty, and the Kings have Waters and Robinson back. Waters clears it down in the Ranger zone. 25 seconds left to go. This is preseason NHL action from Caesars Palace. We're in the second period with the Rangers up 2-0. And Ogrodnik goes offside as he comes across the line. The Rangers offside, actually, at the blue line of the Kings. 16-19 to go in the second period with the Rangers up 2-0. Bob Kudelski out to take the face-off for the Kings now against Doug Waite of the Rangers. Kings have Robitaille and Kudelski up front to kill the penalty with Huddy and Benning back. Rangers with Rick Bennett up front along with Ty Domi and Doug Waite. Mark Hardy and Joe Sorella back defensively now as 4 seconds remain in the power play for the Rangers. Here's Joe Sorella. Kings are back at full strength. Rick Bennett left side. Kings zone. Bennett with a backhander wide to the right side. And now it's centered in front but knocked away by Kelly Rudy, and the Kings clear it out to center ice. Rangers drive it right back in. Out of over 13,000 here. That's capacity out here at the outdoor arena at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Here's Tony Granato, left side with a shot saved by John Van Beesbrook, and the puck is cleared up ahead to Ty Domi. Domi up to center ice for the Rangers. It rolls away from him into the Kings zone, and Charlie Huddy clears it to Granato. He tipped it, but it came back into the Kings zone. Rangers trying to hold it in. Domi takes a run at Granato. Granato knocks him down. Domi kind of elbowed Granato, and Tony got him back, and now a penalty coming up against the Rangers. Ty Domi turned around and hit Granato again, and he's going to get the penalty. So the Kings down 2-0 now will have the man advantage.
Ty Domi in the penalty box. He gets high, sticking Tony Granato along the far boards. Ty Domi at home in the penalty box. He spent time at Binghamton last year in the AHL and the New York Rangers. 404 minutes in penalties last year.
Let's start charging him rent. At center ice, the puck is cleared now by Graves back down into the Kings zone. So the Kings trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight and almost mishandle it. They do mishandle it just to the right of Kelly Rudy. Well, that's one thing. Goaltender can never relax. Even if his own team has the puck, he's got to be ready for any occurrence. Now Jari Kurri, right side in the Ranger zone into Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky trying to give it to Sandstrom, broken up. This is the first time that this line has been together. Here is a pass to the blue line, held in by Sador to Robinson. Robinson over now to Kurri, and he can't get a shot or pass. And now he gets it over to Gretzky, up the middle, Robinson. Robinson shoots, tipped and a save, Van Beesbrook. Thomas Sandstrom deflected the shot, but Van Beesbrook is very sharp in goal tonight, and he made the save. On November 8th, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson will fight, and the ring will be set up right where center ice is here tonight. Daniel Berthiaume, you had a look at him on the King bench. Backup goaltender. I shouldn't really say a backup goaltender. He is tonight, but last year he had 20 wins as he alternated with Kelly Rudy. The Rangers, speaking of alternated goalies for the first 76 games last year. That was an NHL record. Now Daryl Sador on the power play for the Kings. In front, Granato shoots it, deflected on the way in. Rick Bennett for the Rangers clears it down into the Kings zone. The Rangers had 36 wins last year. They have won 35 or more for 4 straight years, and they spent 153 days in first place in their division. That was the most in team history. In fact, 146 of those were consecutive days in first place, but they faltered a little bit late in the season and went out in the first round of the playoffs. Here's Robitaille to Granato from a steep angle, and the save made by Van Beesbrook. And as the puck comes loose, the whistle was blown by referee Rob Schick. So a face-off coming up in the Ranger zone as Tony Granato gets stopped in close on the right side.
Granato is in tight. He takes the flip pass. It was rolling from Luc Robitaille, and Granato goes after the shot. The puck was not really loose, but Luc Robitaille sticking his stick in there trying to dig it loose. Tony Granato, he'll dart in and out very quick. And he's not afraid to have contact out there. Not a big player, but a big heart with Tony Granato.
40 seconds left to go on the King power play, and Wayne Gretzky out to take the face-off. He's got Sandstrom and Curry with him. Sador at the right point as the puck comes in the left wing corner of the Rangers zone, and Sandstrom with it to Curry. Curry gets tied up, and his pass is up in the air, and Benning couldn't knock it down to the blue line. 25 seconds left to go on the King power play. Adam Graves with a check on Sador, and then Graves didn't see the puck line there and skated away, and the Kings have it. Here's Jari Kurri to Gretzky. Gretzky tried to give it to Curry. Sandstrom with it. Shoots. Knocked down by Van Beesbrook, and the puck taken by the Rangers. 7 seconds to go in the King power play. 2-0 Rangers lead, second period. Joe Cirella in deep, and rookie Daryl Sador stays with him, takes him into the boards. Pass in front. Saved by Rudy. Saved by Kelly Rudy as he stopped Jody Hull at point blank. Rangers back at full strength. Here's Sandstrom, right side, over to Gretzky, and he can't get the shot. Off Gretzky's stick. His pass to the blue line. Kings hold it in. Here is Buska. Shooting save off the blocker by Van Beesbrook, taken by Gretzky. Gretzky's pass knocked down. He had it again, but the Rangers took it away. Here's a pass on the right side. Buska's trying to get back. Shot from the right, save made by the King goaltender, Kelly Rudy. As Ty Domi tried a shot from the right wing, and the Kings have it again. Pass on the right side, out of the reach of Sandstrom, and Corey Millen steps in front of him, and John Van Beesbrook covers it up. 2-0 Rangers. We'll be right back. 2-0 Rangers lead. Here's Buska's right point. His shot saved, made by Van Beesbrook. Came through a partial screen as Taylor got in front of him. Here's John Ogrodnik for the Rangers. Ogrodnik across the line. King zone. Pass over left side to Perjus, and he tried to get around Rudy, then pass it out in front, but it was deflected. Loose puck taken by the Kings. McIntyre. 12:20 to go, second period. Rangers again. Paul Broughton banged on his shot. Kings clear it out to center ice and back into the Rangers zone. 1 week from tonight, the Kings open the regular season at Winnipeg, and we'll see it on prime this Sunday night. The Kings finish the preseason action at Charlotte, North Carolina against the Rangers. You'll see it at 7:30 on prime ticket. Here's McIntyre. His pass as he got knocked down is broken up. He tried to get it to Sylvain Couturier. Paul Broughton for the Rangers. Broughton's pass. Corey Millen tried to come down the middle. Broken up by Robinson. He cleared it out to center. David Shaw with it for the Rangers. He's checked by Couturier. Now the puck's down in deep into the King zone, and Larry Robinson will start it back up toward the blue line. There's Couturier, led Phoenix in scoring last year. Over the right side, Jim Thompson with a shot wide. And James Patrick back to get it for the New York Rangers. In his 9th year in the NHL, pass out to center ice. Broken up by Robinson, but now taken by Adam Graves. Graves fires it down in deep, and Larry Robinson moves it up the middle. Here's newcomer Randy Gillen to the Kings. Gillen to the blue line. Gillen's pass, left side, and a shot from there is knocked down. Donnelly got the shot, and the net is dislodged. Now we're ready to go again, and Bob Kudelski on the face-off in the Rangers zone with 11:05 left to go in the second period. Rangers up 2-0. Now down in deep in the Kings zone, a check thrown by Jody Hull on Benning, but the Kings are going to move it up toward the center ice area where it's taken by Shaw, and Huddy ran into him. Pass on the right side to Granato. Granato shoots, he scores! Tony Granato with the first official goal ever scored by a King in a parking lot as he drives it from the right side An assist to Charlie Huddy, and the Kings are down by 1 at 2-1.
Power play goal by Tony Granato. The play starts early, and Charlie Huddy with a collision here against the Rangers. And the loose puck is taken by Kudelski. He feeds Granato. He had Robitaille, a 2-on-1. Van Beesbrook up to the top of his crease, but did not cut down the angle. And Granato fires it by John Van Beesbrook. The Kings getting back into this game. They've opened it up a little bit in the second period. The Rangers still lead 2-1.
Tony Granato with a power play goal, his second goal of the preseason. He had one last night in Phoenix. Now the Kings again. Gretzky backhander and a save by Van Beesbrook. Huddy and Kudelski with the assist on the King goal. 9:15 the time of the goal. A power play goal. The Kings are down 2-1, and Mark Hardy touches up for the Rangers behind the Ranger net, and the Kings are called for icing. Granato from Kudelski and Huddy. If you're wondering about this ice surface here, it is regulation width-wise 85 feet, but it is 8 feet short.
Usually they make up the 8 feet in the neutral zone. We're looking at it right now. The end zones, they're the regulation 60 feet. We haven't seen too many two-line passes tonight. That's usually the case when you get in a small building like Chicago Stadium, Buffalo, and Boston. The players freewheeling tonight, no problems with stoppages, even though the ice is shorter.
So you have the 60 feet from the blue line to the goal line, and as Jim said, the space is taken out at center ice. The Cow Palace, where the San Jose Sharks are going to play this year, I think I read where that's only about 185 feet. Now Dave Taylor for the Kings on the right wing. He is checked as he comes across the blue line. Louis DeBrusk stepped into him. Now Taylor with a check. DeBrusk into the right corner, throws a check there, and Bernie Nichols, he gets hit, and the hitting is kind of picking up now as check was thrown by McIntyre, and now Louis DeBrusk back to get it for the Rangers, trying to clear it. Daryl Sador hustles over and holds it in. And Sador's pass is deflected up over the glass, up into the crowd. 2-1, Rangers lead, second period.
Last time I was outdoors, I was skating on a pond back home and out in the middle of our pasture field, and it's for sure a little bit colder than it is down here in Las Vegas because we had no trees to block the wind or anything, but it's a lot of fun. You always have fun playing outside, so this is going pretty good.
John McIntyre with his experiences outdoors. Rob Schick, the referee tonight, said the last time he skated outdoors, he fell through the ice. I don't think that'll happen tonight. There's a shot from the right point and a save by Van Beesbrook as Rod Buskus got the shot underway. Both teams are at full strength with the Rangers ahead 2-1. There's newcomer Randy Gillen to the Kings. As we mentioned earlier, he played last year with the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Stanley Cup winners. He's in his 5th year in the NHL. Born in West Germany. Kings got him in that trade with Huddy and Jim Thompson, with Todd Ellick going to Minnesota.
Randy Gillen does not really stand out in a hockey game. He's kind of a player's player. The Kings players, when they heard about the trade, when Randy Gillen was thrown in, they were happy to see him there because they realized he can kill penalties, take the big draws, something they will miss from Steve Casper.
Now at the left point, here's Thompson into this, on the left side, and a shot is wide. Here's Donnelly with it. Donnelly gets knocked down behind the net by Fiorentino, and the Rangers dig it out. Gillen had the shot after Donnelly got it to him, but it was wide, and now it's center ice, puck taken away by Waters. Across the line, would have been a delayed offside against the Kings, and now it's cleared out to center, and neither team able to hang on to it, but now Joe Cirella for the Rangers drives it into the Kings zone. 9:15 to go, second period. Bob Miller with Jim Fox live here at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, outdoors, preseason NHL action for the Rangers ahead 2-1. Joe Cirella, formerly with New Jersey and Quebec, moves it up ahead, and it's tipped by Doug Waite all the way down the Kings zone. This is going to be icing against the Rangers as Charlie Huddy touches up for the Kings.
The Kings with 27 players still on their roster. There's a newcomer, Charlie Huddy, but last night after the game in Phoenix, Scott Bukestad was left behind. He will start the season in Phoenix. You can see the other names. Chapdelaine, the defenseman. Holden, another big defenseman. Brandy Semchuk, really impressed with his speed. He played one game between Sandstrom and Curry. but they're sending him back. He needs to work on his scoring touch. Mike Vucinic, a big, fast player, a hard shot, and Sean White.
I think you'll hear from some of those players in a King uniform in their careers because, as you mentioned, some of them have some outstanding skills. There's a shot by Corey Millen from the left side, knocked down. With it, Vucinic comes out of Harvard, and I'll tell you, he whistled a couple of good shots. There's Sandstrom moving in, over to Curry, to Benning, he scores! Brian Benning got the puck from Jari Kurri, and Benning ties the game at 2-2.
It's got to be a goaltender's nightmare when both Thomas Sandstrom and Jari Kurri are rushing in on you. They both have outstanding shots. This time they show how unselfish they are. Sandstrom coming with speed from behind the play. He puts it over to Kurri. Kurri really not in a shooting position, taps it to Brian Benning. Benning winds up and ties it up for the Kings.
Brian Benning with that shot. With 8:25 left to go here in the second period, ties the game at 2-2. At one time, the Kings were down 2-0. Rangers battling. O'Grodnik gets knocked down by Benning. Puck is batted out the center. Here's Hardy and Gretzky Gretzky battling down the left side with Per Juice. And now the puck comes out to center ice. Daryl Sador over to get it.
A very big plus with the Gretzky, Sandstrom, Kurri line. They're big assets. They're all unselfish. They all have good shots, but they can all pass the puck very well.
Brian Benning's first goal of the preseason. Jari Kurri getting his first assist. And now across the line, Corey Millen for the Rangers over to O'Grodnik. He's checked by Kudelski. Puck is back behind the net. Sandstrom trying to move it along. Had dropped his stick, and now a whistle, and we'll get a face-off coming up. 7:39 to go in the second period, and we're tied 2-2. That camera is right on top of Kelly's helmet. Now the Rangers out at center ice. Here's James Patrick. Harry Robinson is going to take it back behind the net. Robinson's pass up the middle, but it's intercepted. Rangers hold it in. Patrick over on the left side, and a pass by Adam Graves goes to Chris King. King gets stopped. Here is Robinson. Larry Robinson for the Kings. His pass right side to Robitaille, but an offside called against the Kings. Offside at the New York Ranger blue line. Again, we'll remind you that you can be right there at the Great Western Forum to celebrate the Kings Silver Season, their 25th anniversary, with your own season seats. Order right now. Operators standing by to take your order in the 213 area. 419-3800. 213-419-3800. Remember, last season the Kings had 34 sellouts and 25 in a row, and there were some disappointed people on certain nights that they couldn't get in to see the game. Puck is in the Kings zone, and a centering pass broken up. Here's Luke Robitaille up ahead, 3-on-2 for the Kings. Robitaille, but Granato lost his balance. Now Daryl Sador. Sador on the right side. Over to Granato, but it went behind him. He plays it off the boards, tried to move it in deep to Kudelski, broken up. Rangers with it. 6:48 to go, second period. 2-2 tie. Here's Kudelski. Kudelski across the Ranger line. Checked by Mark Hardy, and Hardy off balance, clears it to center. But the Kings are going to regroup with their own blue line. Puskas, his pass ahead, deflected off to Jody Hull of New York. Hull on the right side, sends it down in deep. Rangers in a line change. Couturier comes on for the Kings with 6:25 left to go in the second period. There's Rod Puskas. There's it out to center. Rangers take over. Joe Cirella. Cirella's pass stolen nicely by Puskas. He's got Couturier with him. Left side. He shoots. It's deflected up and out of play by the Rangers' Peter Fiorentino. And the shirt sleeve crowd enjoying the game and souvenirs here at Caesars Palace.
There's Couturier over the line, 50 goals last season in the International League. Back at the fence, and he makes the catch. The game still tied 2-2.
Tom Webster, third year as the King coach. He's already the third winningest coach in Kings history with 85 wins in his King coaching career. Face-off right at the top of the slot in the Rangers zone. Doug Wade out for the Rangers. Kings with it, though, and Puskas holds it in at right point. Trying to get it in Taylor. Now around behind is McIntyre, but he can't wrap it around, and the Rangers clear it out to center. 6 minutes left to go here in the second period at Caesars Palace. Outdoors, 2-2 The score, McIntyre gets checked hard. Ty Domi was there for the Rangers. Puck is kicked back out to center. We got a penalty coming up against the Kings. Delayed call against the Kings for holding, and Waters touches the puck. And the Rangers are going to go on the power play. And they'll have a chance to regain the lead. We're tied 2-2. Face-off right at the top of the slot in the Rangers zone. Doug Wade out for the Rangers. Kings with it, though, and Buskis holds it in the right point. Trying to get it in Taylor. Now around behind is McIntyre, but he can't wrap it around, and the Rangers clear it out to center. 6 minutes left to go here in the second period at Caesars Palace. Outdoors, 2-2. The score, McIntyre gets checked hard. Ty Domi was there for the Rangers. Puck is kicked back out to center. We got a penalty coming up against the Kings. Delayed call against the Kings for holding, and Waters touches the puck. And the Rangers are going to go on the power play. And they'll have a chance to regain the lead. We're tied 2-2.
John McIntyre in the box at 14:15 in the second period. 2 minutes for holding. He held the stick of a New York Ranger that time. That cuts down the frustration. Tonight on the power play, the Rangers 0 for 3. The Kings 1 for 4. The Kings power play goal by Tony Granato.
Rangers second in the NHL last year, 23.4% on the power play. We want to send get well wishes to Andrew Muniz, the son of Ron Muniz, the Kings director of team services. Andrew's a little bit under the weather. Hello to Glenn Wright in Woodland Hills, or in West Hills, watching tonight. And all of you watching on Prime Ticket. This historic outdoor battle at Caesars Palace.
As I mentioned, McIntyre going off for holding the stick of his opponent. The referees are instructed to crack down on that this season. And it helps later in the game. It prevents the frustration that builds up. And that's when you see a lot of pushing and shoving late in the game, because those types of fouls are not called.
Kings cleared it out across the blue line, and when the Rangers shot it back in, the offside is called. I think we'll get to that in just a second, as it's tied 2-2 here in the second period at Caesars. Jim, I was about to say that I think another area they're going to be real strict on is getting to the red line before you shoot it in. They're not going to give you that little break maybe without calling the icing. You've got to get up there and be at the red line.
A lot of defensemen take advantage of that. They get over their own blue line. They set up for the shot to clear it down. The linesman instructed again, back down. They have to make sure they get over that red line before they ice the puck.
Here's Bernie Nichols on the power play for the Rangers. 1:19 left to go with a man advantage. 2-2 the score here in the second period. Rangers Kings zone. Patrick over to Pear Juice with a shot saved by Kelly Rudy. Saw it all the way, moved over, made the stick save. And the Kings unable to clear it yet, but now Buskis does. Out to center ice. Donnelly and Gillen up front for the Kings with Buskis and Waters back, and the puck intercepted by Gillen. He tried to give it to Donnelly on the left side. Pear Juice trying to get back. Donnelly's shot hit the side of the net. Here's Randy Gillen for the Kings. Gillen checked in the corner, and DeBrusk moves it ahead to Patrick. Now the Rangers come to center. 48 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Pear Juice in the slot, poked away, and here's Gretzky at center ice. Gretzky chased it down, but then got checked. And Benning, his pass knocked down by Pear Juice, and picked up at center ice by Bernie Nichols to Mark Hardy. Hardy crossed the line, pulled down, penalty against the Kings. As soon as Gretzky touches it here, penalty called against the Kings, and the Kings are going to be 2 men short for 27 seconds. So the Rangers with a 2-man advantage now as the Kings pick up another penalty. There's Brian Benning joining John McIntyre. Benning goes off 2 minutes for hooking.
Brian Benning went off earlier in the game with a hooking penalty, getting a stick between the legs of a Ranger. There he just tugs on the shoulder of John Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik goes down. The Kings will have to kill a 2-man disadvantage. 27 seconds remaining in the first penalty to John McIntyre. But the New York Rangers sending out their younger players. It's preseason. They're not really concerned about win or losing here, trying to get everyone some ice time. There's both Brian Benning on the left and John McIntyre on the right.
That's Ron Van Gompel attending the penalty box, and the off-ice officials. We get a real home flavor here. They are from the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. David Courtney is here as the public address announcer, and of course he also is the PA announcer at the Great Western Forum. And as we mentioned with Bruce McNall, in case you didn't hear it between periods there, it's going to be a new scoreboard of the Great Western Forum this year, and it's going to have a great replay screen on it. Now, two-man advantage for the Rangers. Here's Mark Hardy. Rangers trying to regain the lead. Hardy in the Kings zone. Up the middle. Sorella off on the right side as the Rangers move it. Back to Sorella again. He shoots. Deflected wide to the left side. Picked up and cleared by the Kings' Bob Kudelski. Rangers have 3 seconds to go in the two-man advantage, and the Kings get McIntyre back. It's a one-man advantage for the Rangers. Here's Hardy across the line. Sends it down on the right side toward O'Grodnik. O'Grodnik's pass back over on the left side of Corey Millen. Millen for the Rangers. He's checked by Larry Robinson. Puck taken by the Kings. McIntyre, and he tried to force it by Hardy, and he did out to center ice. Puck comes down into the Ranger zone, and Joe Sorella back to get it. 1:13 left to go, and Benning's penalty for the Kings. 2-2 the score, second period. Preseason action here at Caesars Palace. On the left wing side, Rangers with it. Mark Hardy knocked it down to Corey Millen. Now they got O'Grodnik. He shoots, saved by Rudy. Stopped O'Grodnik at point-blank range. And play is halted as a Ranger knocked down on the rebound. But what a save. That was Millen that got knocked down, but a great save by Kelly Rudy on John O'Grodnik, who had 31 goals last year and had 55 goals one year in Detroit.
The Rangers continue to find the opening in the middle of the slot. The play starts from behind the net. Kelly Rudy following it. He shows great fundamentals on this save. The puck comes across. There's Rudy covering up the space between his legs with his stick flat on the ice. They keep banging away at it, but finally it's blown down. Luc Robitaille coming back with a hit on Corey Millen.
Kelly Rudy with that great concentration. Face-off will be to his right. Bernie Nichols out to take the draw. 57 seconds remaining in this power play for the New York Rangers. Left point, Pear Juice over to Nichols. Left side, he shoots. Saved by Rudy. And the rebound, Nichols again in the corner. Checked by Waters. Louis DeBrusque knocked down from behind by Waters. Puck comes to the blue line. Pear Juice, left point. Over to Nichols. Nichols back to Juice at the blue line. Juice shoots, deflected by Randy Gillen. 38 seconds to go in the power play for the Rangers, and it's cleared all the way down the length of the ice by the Kings' Mike Donnelly. Mike Donnelly hustles every game. He's wearing number 11 this year. Wayne Gretzky out along with Yari Curry up front now for the Kings. Waters back. There's a shot and a save off the blocker by Rudy, and the shot by Graves. Graves behind the King net. His pass out to Patrick at the right point. James Patrick feeds it to Nichols. Nichols back right side to Graves. Shoots. Knocked down in front. Loose puck. And a whistle as Kelly Rudy knocks it down. The Rangers still have 7 seconds left on the power play, and they were moving it around pretty good that time.
If Wayne Gretzky's home is considered behind the net, Bernie Nichols loves to set up on his off point. Once again, we get a look at the Rudy cam. The Rangers using behind the net for protection tonight, putting it back to the point. As you can see, a screen can be very effective in front of the net. Goaltender has a tough time picking up the puck. A skate save there by Rudy. Quick reflexes. Then the Kings come in to cover up.
We'll remind you again that due to the fact that the helmet is on, or the camera is on top of Kelly Rudy's helmet, you don't see the full view of the player shooting because Kelly is watching that puck and he is concentrating on the puck rather than the body of the shooter. And that's why you see more of the ice than you do the shooter, but you get a good view of that puck coming in. Now in front, a shot saved by Kelly Rudy on the shot by Fiorentino. Puck comes up the middle and taken away and cleared by the Kings' McIntyre. And a long pass down into the Rangers zone as Benning came out and couldn't get it as he came out of the penalty box. 2:06 left to go here in the second period with the game tied 2-2.
There's Daryl Sador, number 40, setting up behind Bob Kudelski. Very smooth with the puck. His asset, his offense, he will have to take up some of the slack left from Steve Duchesne, who moved over to the Philadelphia Flyers in the offseason.
Puck driven into the Rangers zone. Sador is only 19 years old. There's Granato. His pass back to Robitaille, but out of his reach in the Rangers zone. And the Rangers will bring it up to center ice now with the game still tied at 2. Right side, Jody Hull, but offside call. Offside Rangers at the King line. Sador, you're mentioning his offense in 66 games in junior hockey last year. 27 goals, 78 assists for 105 points.
Carries himself very well on the ice. He always has his head up. And one thing that's impressing the Kings players, his passes are hard. And just like Rob Blake last year when he came in, they're on the stick. He very rarely goes around the boards. That's exactly what wingers love. They don't want to have to take the puck along the boards. Sador, not a big player, but very gifted. His hands are very soft. He can move in on the power play, and we probably will see time there with Rob Blake this year back on the point.
Face-off outside the blue line. Doug Waite for the Rangers, and the Kings win the draw with 1:38 left to go in the second period. We are outdoors at Caesars Palace, the last outdoor game in the NHL, 1925 in December. The Montreal Maroons played tonight. There's Taylor driving down the right side, and it comes over wide over to Doug Waite, but Taylor over to take it away. Here's Taylor. He's got McIntyre up the middle. Buska shoots, save, rebound, score! Couturier! With their third goal of the second period, the Kings have taken the lead at 3-2. Sylvain Couturier, who had 50 goals at Phoenix last year, puts the Kings ahead.
Couturier just waited around the crease, waiting for a loose puck. The Kings got a lucky break. The puck going along the boards here, I believe it's Doug Waite. His stick gets caught in the boards. Then McIntyre, going to the net strong, opens it up for Buskas. Van Beesbrook with the first stop. But Couturier, he's a big guy, 6'3", hanging around the crease. He bangs in the backhander. McIntyre wide open there also. The Rangers have to do a better job clearing the front of the net.
So Buskas and Taylor get the assist on the goal by Sylvain Couturier, his second of the preseason for the Kings. 18:44 the time of the goal.
Kings coaches have been very happy with the play of that line this year. It has a bit of everything. Toughness with McIntyre and Taylor, and Couturier put the puck in the net.
Cirella drove it into the King zone. Charlie Huddy took a check, gets the puck, gets it to Donnelly, and he shovels it out to center ice. Cirella back for the Rangers. 49 seconds left to go here in this second period. Jockey Chris McCarron, a big hockey fan, is going to be our guest at the end of this period. Puck comes up to center ice. Rangers with it. Cirella passing over the left side, and Rick Bennett gets stopped by Jim Thompson. Now a lead pass up the middle by Benning. Gillen, right side. Jim Thompson, Rangers zone. He shoots. Saved by Van Beesbrook with the rebound up to Rick Bennett. Bennett clears into center with 20 seconds up to go in the second period. Here's Ron Buskas for the Kings. Kings playing much better now after a slow start early in that first period. Gretzky with it. Ahead to Curry. Curry behind the Ranger net. Curry to Buskas. Buskas drive is wide. Rebound. Gretzky can't get to it. Puck comes to center. Corey Millen chasing it down. Right wing. Millen. King zone. Goes behind the net and got tripped up. Went into the boards. I didn't see a signal for any penalty. Time has run out. Time expired. Millen's upset. He thought he should have gotten a penalty against the Kings for tripping, but time ran out. And a good period for the Los Angeles Kings. Goals by Tony Granato, Brian Benning, and Sylvain Couturier have given the Kings a 3-2 lead over the Rangers in this preseason game at the end of the second period. Long pass on the right wing to Yari Curry is out of his reach. Rangers chase it in, and they will move it up on the right side now to the blue line to Ty Domi. He got it from Per Juice, but Curry took it away. Here's Thomas Sandstrom. Played it off the boards to Curry, and the Rangers are going to take it away. That was a nice move if it had worked, but it didn't. The Rangers broke it up, and Ty Domi chasing it down into the King zone. Charlie Huddy with it. Comes off the glass. Here's Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky not on the scoreboard yet tonight. In the slot, right side shot, but Curry scores! We'll see that a lot this year. Wayne Gretzky giving it to Yari Curry, who scores for the first time in a King uniform, and the Kings lead 4-2.
It's been a while since Yari Curry has played with Wayne Gretzky, but they have not forgot a thing. 2 or 3 passes back and forth, and finally Curry, he doesn't even look up. He's so aware out there. He buries the puck. The Kings now up by 2 goals. Gretzky's pass right on the stick between the Rangers defenseman feet and stick. And Jari Kurri with his first goal here in Las Vegas. The Kings now with a 2-goal lead.
38 seconds into the third period. Kings have a 2-goal lead at 4-2. Jari Kurri. He had 71 goals playing with Wayne Gretzky at Edmonton in 84-85, and he had 68 in 85-86. Now Tony Granato gets knocked down on the right side as he tried to pick it up. Kurri from Gretzky at 38 seconds is the scoring play for the Kings.
The Kings with a slow start tonight. They got behind 2-0. The Rangers with the Kings come back with 4 straight goals.
Now pass ahead, Granato to Robitaille, left side, he shoots! Deflected up off the glass, and a whistle on the play. And the slowest Zamboni driver in hockey history was resurfacing the ice. He got a standing ovation when he had 1 strip left. Here's Joe Cirella for the Rangers. He cleared it out across the blue line. Donnelly got knocked down, and now we've got a scrap out at center ice. Rod Buskus getting into it for the Kings. And might be Doug Waite, the rookie for the Rangers. No, it's Chris King, number 19. Waite is 39. This is Chris King, number 19 for the Rangers, and Rod Buskus, the first scrap of the night. Chris King throwing some right hand. Now they break him up, and there you get a good look at Chris King of the New York Rangers in his 4th year in the NHL. We'll be right back. Kings lead it by 2. They've just announced the attendance, a sellout 13,007 outdoors here in the desert in Las Vegas at Caesars Palace. Penalties, Buskus and King, 5 minutes each for fighting at 1:43. So the teams are still at full and equal strength. 4-2 Kings here in the third period. Here's Randy Gillen for the Kings. He's on with Donnelly and Thompson. Thompson chases it into the corner, and it's tipped away now. Thompson, and his play continues. He gets into a scrap with Rick Bennett of the Rangers. So they're grabbing each other down in the corner. Now, a few right hands by Thompson after he pulled off Bennett's helmet. Jim Thompson of the Kings and Rick Bennett of the Rangers. Jim Thompson, 121 penalty minutes in New Haven last year in 26 games. And they finally separate them. So without a fight for 2 full periods, we get tempers flaring here early in the third as Jim Thompson, in his 5th year in the NHL, he was a number 9 pick by Washington back in 1984. He goes into the penalty box. He's played with Washington, Hartford, New Jersey, and the Kings. And there you see Rick Bennett in the penalty box for the New York Rangers. Bennett, a number 4 pick in 1986. 4-2 in favor of the Kings here in the third period. Last year's scoring leaders, there you see Wayne Gretzky. The scoring leaders presented by Northwest Airlines. Gretzky with 163 points as he led the league in scoring for the 9th time. Brett Hull, 131. Adam Oates, 115 at St. Louis. What a great combination they were. Mark Recchi played against the Kings the other night for Pittsburgh with 113. And John Cullen from Pittsburgh then went to Hartford. He had a great year at 110 points.
The Kings will be shorthanded here, Bob. Sylvain Couturier in the box, serving the penalty, the extra penalty for Jim Thompson. Thompson gets 2 for instigating the fight and 5 for fighting. Rick Bennett, only 5 minutes for fighting at 2:11 of the third period. There's the Kings veteran defenseman Larry Robinson. There was a rumor circulating earlier today that last game, NHL game played outdoors, that Larry Robinson actually played that in that game in 1925. But that was disproved. He was just a stick boy. He did not play in the game.
Rangers trying to get back in this game. They had a 2-0 lead, and they've given up 4 unanswered goals to the Kings. Power play for the Rangers. Pass off on the right side and brought across the line and driven down in by Louis DeBrusque. Comes over toward Bernie Nichols. He gets it quickly out to Per Jus at the blue line, but his pass taken away by Robinson. He gives it to Robitaille, and he clears it into the Ranger zone. Now Per Jus on the right side. Fires it into the Kings zone with a minute 16 left to go on the power play. It's wrapped around and cleared by Robinson again. Randy Gillen and Donnelly up front for the Kings. Now defensively killing the penalty for the Kings. They get Benning out along with Huddy. Nichols takes a run at Gillen down in the corner and knocks him down. And the Rangers now with a minute to go with a man advantage. Clear it into the Kings zone. Charlie Huddy chases it down and wraps it around the boards hard out to center ice.
Once again, the Kings will be expected to be very strong while killing penalties. They have so many combinations they can put out there. That last shift, Gillen and Donnelly more defensive. Then you have the Gretzkys, Curry, Tony Granato. They can add some offense while killing penalties.
Granato's out now with Donnelly, who came, Kudelski comes out with Granato. Here's Doug Waite for the Rangers. He tried to give it to Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik chased the ball on the boards by Charlie Huddy. Tony Granato also there for the Kings. He tried to clear it but partially fanned on it. Rangers hold it in. Sorella, right side. 19 seconds to go on the power play. Sorella gives it to Doug Waite. Waite back to Sorella. Holds it right on the blue line. He shoots. Tip save off the mask of Kelly Rudy. And the Kings clear it off the glass as Benning gets it out to center ice. 4 seconds left to go on the power play for the Rangers. Corey Millen across the line. Larry Robinson breaks it up, gives it to Yari Curry, and then Robinson clears it to center, just out of the reach of Gretzky. Kings are back at full strength. 15:39 to go, third period. Kings up 4-2 in this preseason game. Same 2 teams meet in Charlotte, North Carolina on Sunday, and you'll see it on Prime Ticket at 7:30 Sunday night. Rangers, Doug Waite at center ice. Moves it over on the left side, and Larry Robinson over his heart. He fires it back behind the net. Now here's Sandstrom for the Kings. Over to Robinson, and he sweeps at the length of the ice. This will be icing on the Kings as the Rangers, if they get to it, and they did not. The loose puck was touched by Sandstrom into Gretzky. Gretzky left side, but it's taken away by Paul Brock. Brock checked by Curry. Puck to the right side. Benning can't hold it in. Rangers clear it to center. Here's Charlie Huddy. He gives it to Sandstrom. Sandstrom up ahead across the line. He tried to give it on the right side to Gretzky, but it's intercepted. Rangers moving ahead. Nice play at the red line by Huddy to break it up. To Sandstrom. To Gretzky. Gretzky, the Ranger line behind the back pass. Taken away by New York. And we have a penalty coming up. Elbowing and slashing are going to be the penalties here. 1 for each team. We'll be right back. Kings lead. Again, a look at a marquee here at Caesars Palace, promoting Fire on Ice, the Kings and the New York Rangers. Again, it rained here, a rain shower early this afternoon, and in case you didn't hear, when we got over here about 4:30, there was a lot of water on the ice, and a lot of people had their doubts whether this game would come off, but I continue to be impressed, Jim, with the job they've done with this ice, and we're seeing a pretty good game.
Everyone was scrambling 2 hours before the game started. There was a lot of water on the ice, but they turned up the compressors. The ice looks great. The first 5 minutes, the players kind of tentative, but everyone settled down.
Now Jody Hull for the Rangers. The penalties were Per Jus of New York for slashing and Sandstrom of the Kings for elbowing. There's a shot, and Rudy knocks it away, but the net gets dislodged again.
The New York Rangers, behind by 2 goals, have a chance to get back into the game. John McIntyre of the Kings goes off at 6:26 of the third period for elbowing. It happened behind the Rangers' net. McIntyre with a little bit of a charge also, but he got his elbow up. And the Rangers on the power play.
Rangers have not scored on the power play tonight, 0 for 6. They've had 11 shots. King power play goal was scored by Tony Granato back at 9:15 of the second period. That was the first Kings goal tonight. Face off to the right of Kelly Rudy. Corey Millen will take the draw against Randy Gillen for the Kings, and the loose puck, Rangers hold it in. Rangers trying to get back in the game and narrow the King lead to 1 here with a man advantage. There's a drive from the left point by Hardy, sent out in front and knocked away by Kelly Rudy, and the Kings will clear it back in the Ranger zone. John Van Beesbrook and Kelly Rudy are going all the way in goal tonight for their respective teams. Now Joe Cirella for the Rangers. Taken away by Charlie Huddy at the King line, and he sends it back with 1:30 left to go on the power play for the Rangers. Here's Mark Hardy starting it out to center ice. Doug Waite fires it into the King zone. Rudy didn't cut it off. It comes over to John Ogrodnik for New York. Ogrodnik's pass in deep, trying to get it to Millen. Broken up by Huddy, but now Waite with it again for the Rangers. He can't hang on, and Randy Gillen clears it for the Kings. Kings now get Gretzky out along with Curry up front. Robinson and Waters back defensively with 1 minute left to go in the Ranger power play. Hardy fires it in, and we have a whistle. Offside Rangers. So now the Rangers have 56 seconds left to operate with a man advantage. Play underway again with the Rangers on the power play, but the Kings, Tim Waters clears it all the way back behind the Ranger net. 43 seconds up to go with a man advantage. The puck bounces toward Nichols, left side, and poked away by Kelly Rudy. Now Nichols behind the King net. Checked by Larry Robinson. Rangers set it up on the power play. Pierre Juice at the blue line. Still with it. His pass deflected by the Kings. A pass ahead. Here's Gretzky on a breakaway. All alone. In front. He shoots. Saved by Van Beesbrook. On the short-handed attempt by Gretzky, who continues to have trouble with that breakaway. Across the line, there's Jari Kurri, but his pass knocked down. Gretzky almost stole it. Held in, shot by Juice and a save. Rebound saved by Rudy. Louis DeBrusque on the rebound, can't get a shot. 2 seconds to go on the power play, and Kurri moves it ahead toward Gretzky. Kings are back at full strength. Gretzky chasing it into the Ranger zone, but it's broken up there and sent back out to center. So John Van Beesbrook stayed right with Gretzky. Boy, Gretzky really slowed down on that, didn't he? Took his time coming in on goal.
He lost speed, and when he went to the backhand, Van Beesbrook was able to move across. Quick feet by Van Beesbrook, the kick save. You mentioned it, Bob. Wayne Gretzky would much rather have a 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 than a breakaway.
Charlie Huddy plays it off the boards toward Granato. He pokes it out across the blue line. 11 minutes to go here in the third period. Kings ahead of the Rangers 4-2 in this preseason game. Charlie Huddy flips it high in the air at center ice. It's fielded by Shaw. He gets wrapped up. Gets help from Fiorentino and Broughton. Now Kudelski, Ranger zone. He gets knocked down. He still paddles. Paul Broughton's behind him. Now behind the net. Shaw throws a check. Kings trying to hold it in. There's a hard check into the boards. Oh, and over comes Robitaille to throw a check at Fiorentino, and Luke's going to get a penalty here. Luke Robitaille came in and took a run at Peter Fiorentino, a rookie with the Rangers, and Robitaille is going to get a penalty. Kings lead 4-2.
The Kings shorthanded once again. Luke Robitaille goes off for elbowing at 9:28. He's sticking up right here for Tony Granato. Robitaille behind the net. There's Granato after the puck, and he'll just get run into the boards, and that's what Luke Robitaille's upset at. There's the elbow. Only one penalty called, and that's Luke Robitaille for elbowing.
Really curious, Jim, that Wayne Gretzky has that much trouble on a breakaway. I really don't know what it is. As you say, he is so much more comfortable when he can, I guess, have the option of making some other play, either pass or shoot.
I always wondered, though, Bob, if you had a chance late in the game, pressure situation, a penalty shot, and you had a chance to pick it, even though Gretzky's bad on it, you almost have to go with him. He's great under pressure, but he likes a thinking game. And one-on-one, you don't want to say it's too simple for him, but he likes to involve everyone, and he continues to have trouble one-on-one against the goaltender.
He had a penalty shot last year in Toronto, and he really did not want to take it. I think he came over the bench and was trying to say, put somebody else in to take that. Here's Waite on the right side. Ranger power play. Shot by Juice is deflected in front. Looked like it hit Ogrodnik, his own man, and it comes wide, and Randy Gillen will clear it for the Kings. 9 9:45 to go in the third period here outdoors in Las Vegas at Caesars Palace, with the Kings ahead of the Rangers in this preseason game 4-2. Rangers on the power play, but across the blue line, Corey Millen tripped up and knocked down as he fell over one of his own teammates. Here's Wade on the right side, pinned along the boards. Sandstrom tried to dig it out. Corey Millen for the Rangers. He moves it around toward Hardy, but it took a bad bounce off the boards right to Huddy, and Huddy couldn't clear it. Now Benning will clear it out to center. 45 seconds left to go in the King penalty. Rangers with a man advantage. Benning for the Kings. His pass taken away by Mark Hardy. Here's Hardy for the Rangers. Moves it off on the left side, and Louis DeBrusque sends it in. Taken away by Huddy. Huddy's pass to the blue line gets by Hardy and out to center ice. 25 seconds left on the power play for New York. Down the slot, puck is tipped away to the blue line, but held in there by Joe Cirella. Here's Hardy. Hard pass comes around to Nichols. Nichols on the right side. Sends it behind the net, out of the reach of Adam Graves, over to Sandstrom, and on the backhand, he can't clear it. Hardy, left point, makes a shot. Tries to make the play now. He's got Cirella on the right, but he tried to give it over to Graves. Graves threw it in front, knocked down. Kings are back at full strength. Here's Louis DeBrusque up the middle to Hardy. Almost taken away, but Hardy moves it over to Nichols to DeBrusque, and his shot deflected wide to the right. Picked up by Robitaille. Ahead to center, broken up. He tried to get it to Gretzky, and Joe Cirella stepped in front to take it away. Now Nichols had it for a moment, taken away by Sandstrom. Ahead to Gretzky at center. Gretzky had to turn around and knock it down. He got it to Robitaille. Here's Robitaille. Over to Tony Granato, looking for his second of the night. Stops, he gets knocked down, he shoots, and a save. And a penalty coming up against the Rangers. But Tony did a great job to get a shot off after he got knocked down. Kings are going to go on the power play with a chance to add to their 4-2 lead.
Joe Cirella of the Rangers off for tripping at 12:01. Tony Granato, great speed. He darts in and out this time. Outside in for Granato, and there he gets tripped. Intensity. He keeps his eye on the puck, gets a shot on goal. Tony Granato gives all of the defensemen in the NHL trouble. He's just so quick. It's hard to keep up with him, and Cirella goes off for tripping.
Last year, Thomas Sandstrom led the Kings in power play goals with 16. The Kings were 6th in the league in the power play, 20.5%. To start this power play with Granato, Kudelski, and Robitaille out. And at the left point, the rookie Daryl Sador and the veteran Larry Robinson over the right point. Rangers clear it into the Kings zone, and Kelly Rudy takes his time and gives it to Daryl Sador. Sador up ahead to Bob Kudelski. Kudelski sends it to the Rangers zone, broken up, knocked down to center ice by Sador. Kudelski coming back after that knee injury, wears the brace, but said he's had no trouble whatsoever with that knee. That's good news. Cody Hall fires it in for the Rangers. Kings trying to get organized on this power play. They got 1:20 left to go on it. Kings ahead 4-2, third period. Here is Robitaille. 7:15 to go in the period. Up ahead to Sador, and his drive. Granato couldn't get his hit. Went wide. Held in by Kudelski, but now taken away and cleared by the Rangers back into the Kings zone. Kelly Rudy moves it up to Daryl Sador at the blue line. Doug Waite comes over to check him, and Sador's pass comes right back toward Rudy. Waite took it away for the Rangers. Rolled it in front of the crease, and it came over to Sador. Now to center ice. Daryl Sador flips it in, and Benning replaces him on the ice. Van Peesbrook behind the net. His pass taken away. 45 seconds left to go in the King power play. Puck comes around toward the left side to Brian Benning. Benning gives it up the middle to Huddy. Huddy's shot deflected by Rick Bennett, up out of play. 13,007, the sold-out attendance here tonight at Caesars Palace. Time to give you the answer to our trivia question. Who does Wayne Gretzky share the record with for the most 50-goal seasons? We mentioned he was just inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame. The great Mike Bossy, 50 or more goals, 1977-78 to 1985-86, and a real shame that a back injury cut short his career.
He had such a quick release. Anytime he was in the scoring area, he got it off so quick. Goaltenders had no chance. We saw a similar play earlier. Jari Kurli, they don't have to look up. They just know where they are on the ice. The great goal scorers get off a quick shot.
23 seconds left to go in the Ranger penalty. Puck is in the King zone. Huddy battling along the boards with Adam Graves for it. Kings will come out with it now with only 12 seconds left on the power play. Here's Benning. Shoots it down into the Ranger zone. Comes off to Taylor on the right side. He let it go to Couturier. Couturier has a goal for the Kings tonight. He gives it to Benning. Benning's got a goal. His shot deflected off the glass over Couturier. Rangers back at full strength. Loose puck taken by Adam Graves. He clears it out to center ice. The Ranger goals by two rookies, Tony Amonte and Doug Waite in the first period. Kings countered in the second with goals by Tony Granato, Brian Benning, Sylvain Couturier, and Yari Curry added one for the Kings here in the third. Rangers, Paul Broughton, right side, moving in. Gets a shot saved by Rudy. And Randy Gillen for the Kings lifts it high in the air out to center ice. Here's Hughes out of Sweden, back for the Rangers. His pass taken away by Donnelly, left wing. Donnelly, his shot save off the stick of Van Beesbrook. Donnelly behind the net. Donnelly tried to roll it in front to Gillen, but Van Beesbrook covers up. 5:17 to go in the third period, and the Kings still lead by 2. Same two teams again Sunday in Charlotte, North Carolina. You'll see it on Prime Ticket, 7:30 Sunday night. Both teams at full strength as the Rangers. Pearjuice lost it to Sandstrom, and he tried to get it back to Gretzky, but Nichols intercepted. Here is Paul Broughton for the Rangers. Sends it in wide of the net. Louis DeBrusque goes for it. He's checked by Waters as the puck comes loose along the boards, and the Rangers will hold it in, but it's taken away now. Here's Yari Curry. Curry to Gretzky. Tried to give it a head down towards Sandstrom or Curry, but it's broken up. Gretzky gets it back. Gretzky, Rangers own, right side, shoots, he scores! The fifth unanswered goal for the Kings, and they lead the Rangers 5-2. Another nice touch by a great scorer.
When you shoot as accurately as Wayne Gretzky does, you don't have to get a lot on that shot. A turnover at the Rangers' blue line. Gretzky waiting around. And he picks it off. He pickpockets a Ranger. Goes in on goal. Doesn't get a hard shot off. But once again, Van Beesbrook beaten on a bad angle shot. But when Wayne Gretzky takes the shot, you give him credit. And the Kings lead by 3.
Unassisted at 15-18. So these fans are seeing a little bit of everything tonight. Outdoor hockey in Las Vegas. Curry scores for the Kings. Gretzky scores for the Kings. Here is Robitaille with a shot wide to the right. Puck battled for along the boards, and the Rangers will clear it out to center. Boy, the Kings turned this one around in convincing fashion here tonight because, as I mentioned earlier, first 5 minutes the Kings were really disorganized, and they settled down to play some solid hockey. Here's Luc Robitaille, left wing side. He's checked along the boards by Fiorentino, and the Kings try to dig it out. Dave Taylor is there, but the puck hops up over the glass, out of play. 5-2 Kings with 3:46 to go. Faceoff will be outside the blue line of the New York Rangers, nearing the end of this game. And I'll tell you, the way things have gone tonight, Jim, I don't think we've seen the likes of outdoor hockey here in Las Vegas. Opinion as the puck comes out of play. It's been a real success here tonight, and well accepted by the fans. Be interesting to talk to players after the game and see what the conditions were out on the ice, but from up here certainly look fine to us.
I think all the doubts are gone now. They've proved they can do it. During the preseason, you go into a lot of buildings that don't have hockey that often, and the ice is bad. The players here very happy with the conditions, even though at game time it was 88 degrees.
I read where they want to get the Super Bowl here and maybe the NBA championship or some NBA All-Star game, I should say. I read somewhere where they said they could build a 100,000 seat stadium in 3 weeks. How come it takes 2 years for other guys to do it? Left side shot by Hardy is wide. Comes over to Broughton on the right side. His shot knocked down in front. Cleared away by Robinson. Puck comes out to center ice. 3 minutes left to go in this preseason game. 5-2 in favor of the Kings. And right in front of the King bench, a little scrap breaks out, but it's quickly broken up. I think McIntyre there for the Kings. John McIntyre gets 2 minutes for roughing for the Kings at 17:05. So that's the only penalty. And the Rangers will have a power play with 2:55 to go in the third period.
We were talking earlier about the tradition this year with the original 6 teams wearing their uniforms. That man right there, John McIntyre, he makes me feel tradition when I think about hockey because he plays the old style way. He's not a fancy player. His offensive skills are kind of limited, although this year it looks like he's picked up a step. He scored a couple of pretty goals, but he likes to play it rough and tough, just like they used to.
Now the Rangers pair Juice back behind his own net. Rangers on the power play. They have not been successful with the man advantage tonight. And they were one of the more successful teams in the league, as I mentioned earlier, last year with 91 power play goals, tying Calgary for the league lead in that department as far as total power play goals. Here's James Patrick at the right point. His pass is held in on the right side by Louis DeBrusk of the Rangers. So, I think DeBrusk got a punch from Benning. Look out for him. Shot from the blue line, deflected up over Rudy. DeBrusk, a tough customer, and it looked like Benning took a whack at him, but play continued, so DeBrusk continues in the play. Here's a pass from Nichols to pair Juice. Juice gets it to Patrick, back to Juice, left side. He tried to feed it to Nichols, taken away nicely and cleared by the Kings' Randy Gillen. 1 minute left to go in the power play for the New York Rangers. 1:51 left to go in this preseason game. Prime Ticket Press Box coming up. Paul Sunderland will join us for the first time on our Prime Ticket crew for a post-game interview. And the puck comes all the way down into the Rangers zone. Paul will be joining us all season at home. Of course, he is on the Prime Ticket volleyball announcing crew, member of an Olympic gold medal team for the U.S. 1984 in the Olympics. Nice to have him with us. He'll be interviewing one of the Kings at the end of the game. Sorella with a shot from the right side, knocked down. Holds it in with 20 seconds left to go on the power play. Here's Corey Millen for the Rangers. Rangers are down by 3 with time running out. At the blue line, Sorella over to Hardy. Shoots wide to the right. Rebound off the boards and out to center ice. 1 minute left to go in this game. Here's Corey Millen with it back in the Rangers zone. Some of the fans heading out early. Can't wait to lose that money. Here's Waite shooting from the slot and a save made by Kelly Rudy. Dave Taylor on the right side. Clears it up to center. 39 seconds left to go in this game. Kings ahead by 3. McIntyre got dumped behind the play. Puck comes up to center ice. Rangers with it. Got dumped by Joe Sorella. Here's Doug Waite. Sends a weak shot in toward Kelly Rudy. 23 seconds left to go in this game, and Mike Donnelly will bring it to center. Kings ahead 5-2. Donnelly shoots, and it's deflected by Van Beesbrook. Up out of play. Game is going to end here as the Kings clear it to center ice. 1 second to go, and it's all over. Outdoor hockey in the desert. For the first time ever in NHL history, and this their 75th anniversary year, and a happy bunch of Kings come up to congratulate Kelly Rudy, and you even got a good look at the congratulations on the Rudy cam. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox back live here on the Las Vegas Strip outdoors at Caesars Palace. 5-2, the Los Angeles Kings victorious in this game. A very successful night in a lot of ways, Jim, I think. First of all, as we've mentioned continuously tonight, the people putting in the ice and putting on this very bizarre and unusual game here at Caesars Palace have to be very happy with the way it was accepted, the way the ice held up, and it was a pretty good game. The Kings have to be happy that after a slow and very tentative start, they came back and played some real solid hockey, as you can see in the second and third period. The Rangers got out with 2 goals in the first period. Tony Amante, their rookie out of Boston University, scoring from Bernie Nichols, and then another rookie, Doug Waite, from Domi and Bennett, made it 2-0. But then the Kings get back. Tony Granato scoring from Huddy and Kudelski, Benning from Curry and Sandstrom, Couturier from Buskus and Taylor, Curry from Gretzky, and Gretzky unassisted. And the King Booster Club in a newsletter was kind of kidding and calling this Operation Desert Slush, but really it wasn't. It was Operation Desert Ice, and it was successful. Looking forward to a great year with the Kings on Prime Ticket. The final score in this preseason game, outdoors in Las Vegas, the Kings 5, the New York Rangers 2. Good night, everyone.